Alright, I'm back from Planet Coaster, and we've hit episode 50. Now, I have some bad news. You might look at this and be like, hey, this looks a bit different since the last time I've looked at it, and you're right. Um, let's say I've spent roughly 6 to 7 hours re-recording, deleting, trying to figure out something that makes this work for episode 50. And I've come to the realization that either this is beyond my capability of creating it at the moment, or two, you just can't do it. So I'm gonna go with the first one. I've learned a few things about the game though, surprisingly, as I've done this. So I guess it's a little helpful. So what we're gonna be doing, I hate to say it, but we're gonna be deleting this completely, and we're gonna put something else in its place, similar, just not in one big arena. I was thinking of splitting it up into smaller little sections that are more open that you can just walk around and walk up around the edge and pretend to sit down and everything, because this just didn't work, and I'm okay with failing and deleting it as long as I can come to terms that I can't do it. So bye bye. Oh yeah, that's right, the paths. Gotta delete those. Oh, let me show you the one thing I learned about the paths, because it's actually been so long since I've since episode 49, I kind of forget what I've talked about, but this is completely new at the moment. So let me show you real quick. So you know how we have these regular paths, right? With the little curbs on them. I found out, and I should have known this a long time ago, I could create, hold on, let me make this down to here so I can start it. These completely flat paths. So, in areas like, I don't know if I can do it with Q paths though, but in areas like this, I can come back through and redo this so it's flat and just lower these a bit so it's flush with the path, so it looks like they're walking on the whole thing, but they're actually walking on the path under it. So that would make it look a lot more believable. I'd have to obviously lower everything in the room down. Luckily, yes, I did make everything part of the building, so I could just select those and slide them down. Same thing with whenever the camera wants to work. Same thing with this area over here, which I believe I almost had to work before I realized I could even do that. So I could just alter that slightly, and it should work out. Oh, geez, that looks terrible. And my solution to these stairs would probably just be make a giant stair and go down with it. So it covers the whole area so you can't see down around it. Whoa, camera, come on. Okay, so that's done. Feels honestly refreshing that I can get rid of that arena because it was screwing me over big time. What else did I want to show? Oh yes, the Toolmaker's kit. I've added a few things, so I don't know what I've talked about. I'm pretty sure I talked about the grass that you just have to change the color of. Pretty sure I talked about that. And then for some reason, once you go out and come back in, or select it and then move it, it looks the way it does. Yes. Weird, I know. I don't understand why it's acting weirder than normal, but whatever. I do have these chairs. Now, I don't want to place one down because for some reason, I also have a rug that I was going to put up in the arena at some point, which I can change the colors of. So that'll be useful everywhere, pretty much, and a well, which I'll replace the default well up there. Now, the one problem I have with these chairs is I found out, for some reason, I can't delete this one that I have sitting under here, which is why I hid it under the terrain. If I can find it, there it is. Now, watch it select. I'll be able to select it now, I bet. Yes, of course I can. Of course. The last time I was doing this, I wasn't able to select it. Fantastic. I love whenever the game does that to me. It's great. Alright, so what I'm going to do real quick is just delete everything, like all the paths all the way around, and that was the coaster I was going to use. We'll still probably use that, or a variation of a coaster. But we're still going to use a coaster, do not worry. But I'm going to delete all this and fill it back in, and I will be back. Tell me that's not satisfying to fill that in. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to make smaller variations of what we made, just more open and not surrounded by those pillars. Again, I apologize because that took me 2 episodes to even make that thing, but I've come to the realization that I just can't do it, so that's why it's gone. So if you were looking forward to that, I'm sorry. I will try to build something decent compared to that. Because we want something that you can walk in. Well, they're on the side. 2, 3, or 4 are going to be on the side, separate little areas, and you can walk either on the inside of them and walk back out, or go up the little staircase and walk around the back of them, which will probably have a coaster either stuck in one of them or behind it or something that's going to go through the mountain and, you know, redo the mountain and everything. Probably going to shrink. It's probably going to shrink the size of the park. It's just slightly. Probably this will be more mountain than anything. And one more thing before I get started, I just wanted to say I do plan to redo this area in some fashion. Keep the theme, obviously, but spruce it up a bit so it looks a lot better. Still have to move that in the castle whenever I complete the map. Because I don't think it stacks up with everything else. There's a few things I could change. I'll probably get rid of all the monster tentacles. I'm pretty sure everybody would be happy about that because they hated them at first. I liked them. But I could definitely improve on a lot of the stuff in here because I was learning the game, which is why I went and did this area before I did the rest of the park. That way, so at least everything else kind of looks okay in comparison. But yeah, let's get started on this. Alright, let's start building the inside rectangle for where everything's going to be at, like the jousters or the arena bullshit archers, whatever I'm going to put in there. So, probably want an odd number for that because I might make a rectangle. So we'll do 9. Oops, not there. A small one? Yeah, we'll start out small. Now I gotta be honest here. The final nail in the coffin for me deleting that is I made the mistake of I saw somebody else's and I was just like, I'll never compare to that, and I was like, well, might as well just get rid of it. And yeah, it was pretty sad seeing the comparison. If I could find that picture again, I will definitely put it up on the screen. And then you'll be like, wow, yours really did suck. Because it really did fucking suck. Now, what I mean by open is I'm probably going to get rid of this side. Because this is going to be on the inside of whenever people are walking around. And of course I'm going to be moving this around to the left or right as we go, the whole thing. So I was thinking of having one of them portcullis things block it. So like you're walking by, you can see what's going on, but the people actually sitting up here in their seats get to, you know, experience it properly. So, I'm trying to think. How high up do I want this? Well, I think first off, I'll make it 1.5 blocks high. I feel like that'll be better. What I'm going for here right at the moment. Other ones might be shorter, other ones might be taller. I do not know. Let me get this out, because even though I'll probably delete it, I just want it to be a marker for what exactly I'm doing. Maybe 3 rows. Maybe that'll work. And 2 rows there. I'll be building up, obviously, but I'm just getting a idea. Or maybe 3 rows would work. But I feel like that's too wide. It's too wide here for what we're going for. Maybe just 2 rows in general. I think maybe I'll do that. Yeah, just 2 rows in general. Anything bigger would be a little too much for the area. I guess it wouldn't hurt to just fill that in, just in case I don't decide to do anything else with it. Probably going to be adding the wood in. Have a wood base, like how we had the little fake stairs. Not fake stairs, but it was just like going up by 1/4 of a block. All the way up it was in stone, but this time it'll probably be in wood. This is just purely for marking. And since the back end of this is probably going to slide into the mountain, I don't have to do much with the back. And plus I want people to walk behind it too, so that's the thing. So I will definitely have to switch over to the wood. That would be rustic, I believe, that has the wood shapes in it that I want. Because I've used rustic before. The flat wood? No. It must be western then. Because he said the wood wall pieces, I believe, right? No, these are brick. Fuck, what was he talking about then? It has to be... Is it modern? You think I'd know this by now. Modern wood wall. Okay, it might be this. Okay, that reminds me. I'll probably have to delete this actually. Oh, well, actually, if I raise it up like I wanted to, I raise it up to there, and then I have the next one. Just ever so slightly higher. Why does that look like it's not lining up with? Is that my imagination? It's like slightly up. It's weird. Maybe I could get another row out of this actually if I move it the way I want to. Why can't I just do this, please? Chair there. Then chair there, possibly. That could work. 3 rows of chairs going around. You can decently see in there. It's not like it's too crazy. Yeah, it should be fine. Alright, time to duplicate that all the way around. Just like last time. Only this time I don't plan on deleting it. Alright, so that's done. I'm just messing around with ideas for corner designs and shit like that at the moment. Nothing too crazy. I was wondering if I could put these in too. Do they fit? They just don't. I want them to go right under this so it looks like it's holding it up. But I'm sure I could fix that somehow, so it's no big deal. Okay, so the actual staircase that comes up with this, it goes around the back. Because I could put like a shop and a couple seats back here as well. I should probably get rid of it on like right there, so it looks like it cuts right through this. Should be fine. Now the fun part is trying to make this work. Which is not that easy. Which one do these mesh with? Actually, why does it matter? It's going under the thing. It doesn't matter. Yeah, it don't matter. Well, I do have to move the thing around eventually. So this is just a test to see if... Oh yeah, I have to lift it up. That would help, wouldn't it? That'd make a lot of sense. Because maybe if I have to lift this up, it might have to be a part of... this. So make it 5 wide, so it kind of cuts in slightly. Let's say right about there. Can I get you to go angle snap for me? Left straight up. Down, please. Down. Down. And that's going to be just too high. Of fucking course it's going to be. Why wouldn't it? You know, you think it would... I would plan this out where it just fits right in, but it doesn't, so it's fuck me, right? Oh, and also whenever they're suspended like this, they don't get the the edges don't get rid of it. What the fuck am I talking about? That makes no sense. The edges, as you see, don't exist here, but if they're floating in the air, they exist. So it's kind of hard to build around, but luckily, I guess it won't really matter then, will it? It'll just look like another thing of stairs, won't it? Or seats. You know, that's not too bad actually. It fits with it. It goes up right here, so I mean, it's not going to get any better than that. Maybe I might be able to leave this here actually, because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, like a longer one. Yeah, because more than likely what I'll do is copy and paste this for the second one. Just maybe do something a little different with it. Third one would probably be the biggest one back here, and the fourth one would be a longer, skinny one, similar to this, but just longer. Because that actually looks... that looks alright. Better than I thought it would have went, so... no, don't turn. Oh, now you're not gonna be... okay, stop. Just go straight. No, not that way. This thing, it's such a pain in the ass to deal with, I swear to God. Now, I could make this go across. Like this. And, you know, maybe build something in between. Have a couple trees sticking up. Make it look like it's part of it. Make it look like it's all connected. Holy fuck, I can't speak today. It's just been so frustrating trying to get this episode 50 thing even started. But now I think I have a decent starting point. So if I was to copy and paste you, this is not gonna go well. Copy and paste you. Oh, I wish I could line that up better. Like right there. God, I don't know. Why am I clicking on that like it's part of it? Okay. Yeah. Well, this could just maybe go down to the floor. It's a possibility. So I'm trying to imagine how this will look whenever you swing in through here. Because I could always have space to put a couple extra houses if I need to fill in some gaps. Like, well, this will probably be all mountain covered up here, so this will curve pretty close to the water. And the good thing is, I realized I'll probably switch the castle entrance that was going to be here. We'll just do it right here since we'll have this open space now. And I think it'll look a lot nicer that way. But yeah, this goes up. This goes across. We build something in front of here so you don't see it. There's just that little gap, which I'm sure I could fill in with just adding a thing over. There's like a railing I want to find. I looked at it before. I don't think I set it over here. Which is a shame. Because I really should have. But, well, guess I gotta go find it now. Alright, found them. They're called stone fences. So, what I'm gonna try to do is, luckily they're lined up with this whole piece, since I didn't rotate anything yet, and that's just a blessing. Because I really learned to hate having to try to match the path with a rotated object in the arena. So now we get 4 smaller arenas that hopefully should just line up. And I have a feeling this is not going to line up at the end of this corner here. Yeah, what is that noise? What the fuck is that? Something attacking? Game's paused, isn't it? Please tell me you fit. Once I can get it lined up. Oh, is it because these fences are like the spooky fences? Okay. This one, you won't notice that. If I can just get it to line up with the next thing. That's not too bad. Push it back a bit. Okay, it'll be a little off, but that's fine. Better than nothing. That's my motto. And I'm putting these inside the building as well, so I can copy and paste them around. Pretty sure I can control. Well, see, before the update, like the major update before the DLC release, it used to be control and click is to select the objects. Now it's shift and click to select them, and control and click to deselect them, which is a little confusing for me. But I'm getting the hang of it. So the nice thing is now I can just fucking copy and paste this right over. Just alter it if I need to. So you sit there, and we'll just do Control X all the way over. And whenever we get there, I'll start talking again, I guess. Well, I mean, I can't really move that in a way so it can fit that. So, I mean, it's just, it might have to just look a little off just because of the way it's lined up. Because I'm pretty sure if I didn't put them inside of each other, they would have lined up perfectly. But having one that looks like that, I think, is better than the whole thing. Personally, and who the fuck's gonna notice that from like walking distance away? Really, come on. Oh, by the way, another thing I found really annoying is whenever these are floating for some reason, that's not what I wanted. They just don't conform to the path. I don't understand why they don't do that. There's this huge gap, and there might be a setting somewhere to fix that, but I have no fucking clue. Railing on ground path, no. Railing on elevated. I mean, that would just be the extra railing thing. Okay, no. Railing on ground queue, no. Okay, so I can't change that for all the way over on the other side for the beginning of the map. Curve on ground path. Curve slopes. I don't know what that means. Path supports. Tunneling. Flattened terrain. Flattened terrain? What is that? I gotta test that out. Does that mean it flattens it? Or it... Oh my god, that could have... I feel so fucking stupid for never looking at these things. You know how useful that would have been? Like 5 episodes ago? Wow. Is that how people do that? Do they build just like a big mound of whatever the fuck, dirt, and then just tunnel through it and flatten it? Damn, that's actually... I want to try that. I just hope this works now. It should work. When in doubt, Control Z. Test it on this a little bit. I know, you think this is stuff I would have figured out a while ago, but... Look, we all know how stupid I am. You just gotta deal with that. I apologize. Because that would enable me to put the chairs behind it, which is what I want. Tunneling. Flat terrain. Okay, you don't want to turn now? Don't want to turn, huh? This is purely for straight terrain. Is this the problem? Take it away. No, just do a little turn, please. It's not really how I thought I'd have to go about that to get it like that, but it's still not flat, which how I thought it would be. That looks weird. I can Control Z far enough back so I don't have to delete any of this. That was an experiment that failed. I know, 50 episodes in and I'm still learning how the game works, I know. But that's what you get whenever you just build most of the time and don't really pay attention. Why do you do that? Why do you get rid of that? For what reason? There's no reason to do that. Why? Whatever. Anyways, I wanted to just add in this bit. You'll see why in a second. Also, obviously I'll be copying and pasting this over again, but this is purely for placement standpoint. So what I'll do before I move that over is just delete everything but one little piece, and then we'll try to line it up as easy as possible. But yes, this portcullis thing, I really want to try to get this right before I... You know what, let me just not do that. Let me do it this way. There we go. Now, will this work? I don't know. If I do it up this way, possibly. But then that kind of fucks up the rest of the thing, so... Because this is kind of to semi-block the people walking by from seeing what's going on. Also, so they can't just, like, run in there. I know that's a real big, you know, issue, I guess, what am I talking about? Yes. The portcullises. I believe they're in the building section, not the... Yes, not the scenery section. Makes no sense to me, again, still, but whatever. Alright, we'll just put that there, as it makes me deaf from the sound that it just made. Try to fuse that in. Why are you not fusing into that? Is it because you're forward and you're backward? Fuck. I mean, I got a simple fix to that. Just push the other thing forward in a second. So I started... Well, I can't start it there, actually. I can just block that with another 2-block thing. I don't need the... Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out something here. Now that I look at it. Shit. What can I put there that'll just block that immediately? Alright, go there for a second while I figure out this other problem. Select, please. Thank you. Alright, usually this never works whenever I select multiple ones. But let's hope that I can just move it out to, like, right there. There we go. Yeah, and then I just got, maybe move this over. We gotta delete this. So I can probably delete this as well and just slide one of these over. I guess I could just do that. Because, whatever, why not, you know? Can make a little design in there. Select this, please. My god. Control X. There, and now we just do this all the way over. So I get to line up better. We don't want people walking in there. I don't know why that's a thing. It just bothered me if it's wide open. Because I just feel like someone's gonna try to run in there. There, then we have the path pretty close to that. We'll switch to this, and we'll do... I was thinking 10. God, that is annoying whenever that just picks wherever it wants to line up with. It's like a huge path going around. I do want to get this place down at least to get this started, but let me see what selections I have. Tunneling. Sure, just so I don't have any issues, and it'll flatten the terrain as well. Now this one I can have the curb on ground path because we're not going to be making it flush with anything. Why do I feel like that's not lined up as perfectly as I thought it was? Yeah, let me turn it here. And I don't know, wherever we're going to cut that off and turn it back down. But as you can see, a little bit more open is what I'm going for. A little bit of a walking distance, but I think it's kind of needed, really. The space in between those. Because I could definitely fit a coaster in on the back one. Which will be more... I'm just going to say this now. The back one will look more similar to the thing I deleted on the inside. With the two sides that you come out of and everything. I mean, obviously we're going to have that everywhere else, but it just needs to be more like that. So, now that we have that, I would like to build the little, whatchamacallit, need a regular fence in the scenery, like the old fences we've been using. Basically the fairy tale fence. This is going to be a little jousting thing. So we need to try to make it as neat as possible. I couldn't see from that far away where this lined up because I couldn't, you can't zoom in on it because you have to kind of do it from the middle of whatever you selected. God damn it. Alright, well, we'll just do it this way then. I'll do it the more complicated way, but, oops, no, we don't want that. Don't want that. There we go. Lines up good enough. Alright, now animatronics. Those are... they're in props. Right? It's been a long time since I went to animatronics. And let me just double check. Oh, the coaster. That's right. I explained the coaster in the other episode 50s that I've deleted, but I never explained it, you know, here. It's going to go in the mountain, obviously, but there's going to be some underground death traps being used. What's it? Let me find the one I need here. Jester Knight, Jester Juggling. Oh, okay. See, I was thinking have one here and here. I don't know if that'll even work, but we'll see. Wow. Thrilling. Gotta line those up somehow. But, yeah. Jester Juggling, what do you look like? Okay. Maybe in the middle I could have all the weird shit that fits in with Fairy Tale that doesn't really go anywhere else. Like the jugglers, what else was there? There was something else. But yeah, it's gonna be like a death trap underground with all the animatronics from the adventure pack, like the near-death experiences. You know, trying to kill my guess. Maybe succeeding, I don't know. Not that. There was a ball. No. I mean, there's this, yes, but there was like a rolling magma ball, which I will be using, and a rolling regular ball. And some wooden spike traps, which you can probably hide under some parts of the arena, actually. Spice it up. Better watch where you walk. Oh, that's really... I might be able to... yeah, break that up into 2 sections. Man, does that get annoying quick. that noise. Alright. So, we have that, and then we have that. Probably want to rotate it, I guess. Yeah. Maybe they'll line up. Actually, I could probably break it into 3 sections. There might be a way to line those up. I'll have to look that up. Oh, the game froze there. Oh, it's because it's saving. It scared me. Didn't know what was happening. Alright, so let me move you over. I think let's put this into 3, right? Here, here, yeah, because it's almost 6. Close enough. Yep, we have that. We have... Get out of the way, so I can see where this lines up. Yes, I get it. I get it. Shit's breaking. I don't care at the moment. What if I could put anything different in here? We'll see. They look like animals in a cage, actually, from the outside here. Oh well. Fits. Hey, stupid birds, get off my path. Alright, so I think with that, I'm probably going to be done talking for today. What I plan to get done in the time-lapse is guaranteed to get this done, at least, and design it up. For the third one, I might start the shell of that, and same thing with the fourth one. I don't know if I'll get that done in one episode. But at least I have an idea of what I want, and it's doable for me, so... Progress we made. I probably won't delete this after like 2 episodes, so done for today. See you next time.